Hi, I'm Jason. I work at Certified CIO, an IT managed services provider serving the areas around Baltimore, DC, and York, PA. And I want to make you a little smarter about your IT in about 5 minutes. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Today we have with us Paige Starchok, Director of Sales at Certified CIO. Good morning, Paige. How are you?
Good morning, Jason. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me today.
I'm glad to have you. Today I'd like to talk to you about business reviews. We chatted a little bit before and feel like this is maybe an area where a lot of IT places fall short. Talk to me about that.
Well, Jason, my feeling on this. To be blunt, yes, really they are. A lot of business owners out there shelling out tons of money and they're not really sure where that money is going or why they're shelling that money out. It really has been something that has been driving me nuts as I've navigated this process.
Sure, absolutely. So let's talk for a minute then about let's dissect a business review. What is it? What does it look like?
At its core, it's pretty simple. So our company name is Certified CIO, and really, what is a CIO? Of course, it's a Chief Information Officer for a company. That title can mean a lot of different things, but in this case, we're really talking about it from an information technology perspective.
Sure, which is something that applies to everyone, right? Every company, most companies, maybe not every company, but most companies have IT. Most organizations have IT.
Exactly. Everyone has IT, and most businesses and organizations find that it's becoming more important to their operation year over year. So a CIO in a large corporation would be tasked with providing direction and planning to company executives with regard to technology initiatives. That can mean a lot of different things, including trends, budgeting, areas for improvement, and even timelines. These topics can be applied to businesses of all sizes, which is really where Certified CIO comes in.
Sure. So what do these look like? How do these work? From a customer's perspective, what could they expect?
Sure. So partially for us, Jason, it depends on the complexity of the customer's IT. A small shop that doesn't really utilize a server and only has a few workstations, for example, has less resources devoted to their IT, quite frankly. That's not necessarily a bad thing as long as the items that are needed in order for them to operate smoothly are still covered. We meet these customers more often on an annual basis to check in and have a candid conversation about maybe any pain points they're having, that kind of thing.
Sure. So then what would be different with a more complex, quote unquote, larger IT architecture?
So larger companies will usually have a sit-down meeting with us in this particular context, but it's on a more quarterly basis rather than an annual basis. For these, we will involve one of our virtual CIOs for our company to make sure that there aren't any higher concepts that we're actually missing.
Sure. So you brought in a new term there, excuse me, virtual CIO, or also called VCIO. Talk to me a little bit about what that is, who is that person in this, in the context of this meeting?
Absolutely. So a VCIO, or a virtual Chief Information Officer, is basically a person that has advanced understanding of IT systems and processes. Most likely, this person has been in the field for a sizable amount of time and has been exposed to what good and bad looks like, so to speak. In addition to that, they usually know what the trends are in terms of the industry that they're specifically dealing with, as far as understanding what's coming over the horizon from an innovation standpoint as well. In that case, an account executive and one of our VCIOs team up to provide trusted advice for our customers.
That sounds great. So you're in sales and you're used to this question. Talk to me about cost, right? How much am I going to be shelling out for this service? It sounds great, but how much is it going to cost me?
That's everybody's favorite question, Jason. These business reviews are included in the cost of one of our CSPS service plans. We'll also actually perform these types of services for non-contract customers, but it's included with a consulting fee. So not to say that it's one size fits all. Every customer has different needs, and if one of our non-contract customers that we've done a project for in the past wants to look at some type of consulting services so they can do some road mapping, timeline planning, or even budgeting out as they navigate what that looks like for them, we absolutely can do that for a consulting fee.
Well, that sounds great. I think we've kind of reached the end of our, 5 minutes here. I appreciate you coming by. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Really, just that I find that our clients really value doing these reviews with us. I didn't realize that when I started doing these a while back, but it allows myself and any of the other account executives that we have on board, as well as our technical staff, to get to know the customers on a different level. And our CRM has been really great for knowing the hardware and processes that are in place at these customers, but getting to really sit down with these folks, even if it's just for a virtual meeting, really has made the difference in the relationship that we've been able to cultivate with our current customers. And these quarterly business reviews also strengthen that relationship, and we get to learn what's working for them, and quite honestly, Jason, what's not working. We really try to work on new ideas for them as well, which is really great for all parties involved because it allows for future planning to be more valuable and a little bit more streamlined and have a long-term customer success rate with what their plans look like for the future.
Absolutely. Well, and it's hard to replace that face-to-face. Emails are great, white papers are great. We might send out, vendor materials. They can be great, but nothing quite replaces just sitting down and talking to people sometimes. And it really can enhance understanding of both sides,
Absolutely.
For us and for them. Well, Paige, I certainly appreciate your time today. We are at the end of our time, but thank you again so much for coming by.
Thank you, Jason.
And thank you for coming by. More secure, more effective, more agile, certified CIO is looking to empower your IT.